This edition of Up Close with Colin Thompson is sponsored by Dennis Wainwright and family.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Bermuda Day Half Marathon Show. Joining me first is Race Committee President, Dr. Gina Tucker. Dr. Tucker, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're on the final countdown now. You must be excited. You and your peers, you must be excited.
Indeed, we are. It's the energy is getting high. The anxiety is getting high. We're very busy preparing. We've had 2 years to prepare. Imagine that. And so even still, it still feels like it's just happening today. So we're really busy pulling all the final pieces together to make sure this day is as special as it's always been.
So you've had 2 years to prepare. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So it should be a flawless event.
Well, it should be, but we're expecting that anything could possibly happen. So, but we've been preparing. We were ready for last year, and so we had done most of the work. Most of the organization of preparing for the runners. We just couldn't do it. And so this year, to find out just a few weeks ago, right, because it's only been a couple of weeks that we've known we're going to do it, we've been busy making sure that everything is in place. And of course, I have to thank our participants, because some things are shifting even as we speak now. And so even the number pickup, we've had to change the location, the date for the number pickup. And so I thank the runners for their patience, the participants for their patience. And the number pickup will be on next Wednesday, instead of the typical Saturday that we usually have. And persons can pick up at the Botanical Gardens between 4 and 7.
So obviously, due to the pandemic, it's been scaled back a bit. Can you just enlighten us on what this event is gonna look like on the day?
So we have a limited edition. That's what we're calling it. Limited edition Derby this year. 450 participants, and usually we would have 1,000, perhaps, between the relay and the runners, the individual runners. And so we'll have 450 this year, 25 relay teams. We will be in St. George's, coming out of the east, and we will be starting at 8:30, which is also a new start time. Getting all of us up even earlier. I need to be getting my rest now. But we'll all be up even earlier, and the runners will push off at 8:30.
And all the way down the east.
All the way down the east. And so we're expecting that it will be, a really exciting race. Of course, in light of the pandemic again, we will have waves of 25. So that would mean 19 waves that will have a starting time, if you will, or that will start individually in their groups. And the last wave would be the relay teams at, that would be 8:50. 8:50 would be the last wave. And so they'll come out, but of course they'll all pass each other and go forth. We're expecting that the spectators will, do their part in keeping everyone safe, keeping their social distance, refraining from large groups, not handing water out to people, which, they usually do. We will have our water stations per normal, and we will have our volunteers there. Thanks to them for coming out on their holiday to do that. And so, yes, it's been interesting, but delightful to prepare this event. The runners will have masks. They will wear masks up to the start line, and they will take it off once they start. So definitely some protocols in place, very different protocols from what we're used to.
And also going back to the waves, I'm assuming that, the faster runners, they will be among the first wave to go out?
Yes, yeah. The top runners will definitely be in the first wave. I just can't imagine this race having our faster runners all mixed up in some other, when Bermuda wants to see those first runners be first. They don't.
I haven't done the last wave with me, right? Come on, cut through the chase.
They just want those first runners to be in the front. They don't want to see them it's an interesting dynamic when you put them in the back and then you have to see them pass everyone to get up the front. We just decided that that's not what this day is about. This day, Bermuda wants to see those top runners in the front.
And also, in terms of the entries to this point, has that, exceeded expectations or?
Well, we had hundreds.
In light of the climate,
that's right.
We're still in the middle of pandemic.
Exactly, but we had hundreds sign up within the first hour. And at this point, we have approximately 19 spaces left out of the 450. The 25 relay team sold out immediately. People are like me. 3 miles is all 3 miles is it. But the individuals are still have some spaces, about 19 spaces left. So if anyone's out there still thinking about it, you still have time.
And also going back, you mentioned about, preparing last year and then, you had to pull the plug. Was that frustrating for you and your fellow committee members?
Well, it was a little disappointing. It was, again, we understood and we recognized that it was that situation at that time. And we knew very little about the pandemic, about the disease. And so we just understood that it was wise to not have it at that time. So I think we are we have a greater understanding now of what is required of us to be safe. And I do believe, first of all, it's an outside event, so that helps. And second of all, it's along 13.1 miles, and so people are spread out. And mask, outside with mask, I think is, we should be pretty safe. We should be. I'm expecting that we'll be safe, and I'm expecting that the participants will know their status. The participants will, do their part, get tested, know that you are not, at least next week, beginning next week, Monday or Tuesday, take a test, know that you are negative before you get on the start line. I just think that's the right thing to do.
And talking to some of the race participants in the build up, they're really, really excited,
yes.
to be back out there doing what they love to do.
It's their day. It's their day to perform. All performers and athletes all have their day. Football, cricket, cricket. Everyone has their day, and the runners definitely lost their day last year. This is the culmination of their season, if you will. And if you haven't been out there, it's warming up. So, they culminate into a race that is probably the toughest race of the entire season. So they really have to be prepared and ready to conquer this event. And that makes it exciting.
No, this is a huge event, iconic event, big part of our culture. Yes. What's it feel like, for you and your committee members, to be involved with a race of this stature?
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility, and I take it seriously. I remember our forefathers who really held to the wicket in days. It was no technology at that time, right? And they were really pulling it off and keeping it all together and managing this event without technology. And so I feel blessed and honored to be in this space, to have this opportunity, to work with this awesome committee that I work with, including my brother and Owen. And, we're there, and the committee is really helping to bring this race to the community. But I'm honored and privileged to be responsible for ensuring this event comes off.
And looking at the event through the years, we've had so many champions in the men's division, in the women's division, and so many memorable moments in the race. Anything in particular stand out for you?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm always, I'm in the car in the front, and I always see the first runners coming down.
That's all you see.
I see. I don't see much of the race. And one day I think I'm just going to go stand on the sideline somewhere in the road. But I just always am excited about the first one to cross. I know this year, I was always excited for Chris, and he won, and I've been excited for Lamont. But this is going to be the year to watch this race, because our two most awesome, I think, runners are, and that is Lamont and Chris, will be neck and neck. I think it's going to be a close one, and I will probably end up saying this will be my most memorable race.
You get to see two.
I'll get to see two.
Possibly three. I heard maybe one or two other contenders. Maybe some surprises in there. Yeah. Okay. But Dr. Tucker, that's all the time we have for this segment. But I want to thank you for joining us, especially on such short notice.
Yes.
And wish you and your peers all the best in the upcoming race.
Oh, thank you.
Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back.